What's good, everyone? So, time for a game update for July 12th, 2026. Now, if you haven't seen my video that I made a couple of days ago, I mentioned I was going to trade some stuff by Saturday or Sunday, and I just did it today. And if you don't know why I traded in, I sold my um, Buster Groove 2 game for the PS1, some demo discs for the PS1, PS2, and the Sega Dreamcast, and also that Nintendo 64 Game Shark and the Sega Saturn backup cartridge. So those had to be gone, unfortunately, and I got like $151 in store credit, which was pretty decent. Not the best, but I would say it's okay. And I used that store credit to buy a system that I've been wanting to have in my collection for pretty much like years at this point. And well, I just got it today. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's of course a Nintendo system, and I've been always on my eye on one of these things, and I just you know decided to, take a trip down memory lane and just buy it regardless. And I also bought a game with it as well. I'll show that later. And let me go ahead and get this. And you guys are gonna be shocked when I show this on camera. Bam! I got a Nintendo Switch. Now, this is actually the light model. It's not the regular one where you just take off the Joy-Cons and you just put them in the dock and it will show up on the TV and stuff like that. No, for what I understand, this Switch Lite can only be played in handheld mode. You cannot dock it up to your TV and stuff like that, because this is actually a cheaper version of the regular Nintendo Switch that sold for like what, $300, while this retail for $200. And this was actually 129 bucks. They had the red and blue Nintendo Switch for 154 bucks, and they had a Pikachu edition, the regular Nintendo Switch for 200. And unfortunately, like a normal person, I had to save up some money, a bit, to get this instead. And let me go ahead and turn this on, because I was actually charging it earlier. Oh, and by the way, this actually did come with a charger. I don't have it on me right now, but it's plugged up to the wall. But as you can see, the buttons work. I will just turned off. The buttons work perfectly fine, and and speaking of that, I also got a game with it, which I love the 2D Mario games, so I had to get it. And it was only 39 bucks, while the other Mario games were actually higher, especially Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, man. 49 bucks, I just can't do it. But I got New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. And if you guys don't know, this is actually a port of the Wii U game. Not one game, but two. And if you take a look here, there are actually ports of the original New Super Mario Bros. U game that came out in 2012, and the standalone copy or DLCs of New Super Luigi U, that were sold at the time, as part of the Year of Luigi thing, came out a year later in 2013. And what makes this different compared to the Wii U version, the original Wii U version, is that you can actually play as Toadette and Peachette, which is kind of cool. And they also have this new power-up, which they did not feature in the original game, which is really nice. And you know, and what's cool about this is that you can actually play, in handheld mode. And for some reason, some of these Nintendo Switch games didn't allow you to play in handheld mode. You know, I mean, the only way if you would have like, play this on the TV is if you either have a regular Nintendo Switch or a Nintendo Switch OLED, which that has like a much better screen compared to the original Nintendo Switch, and stuff like that. But I always thought that was kind of dumb for Nintendo to do that decision with some of their games. Like I can't mention even like some of them, like Super Mario Party did not support this in handheld mode. Nintendo Switch Sports, yes, Nintendo Switch Sports did not support this in handheld mode either, which is kind of weird. I never understood why Nintendo, did that with some of their games, but it is what it is, But hey, all I gotta say is, good game. I played this, a little bit just to make sure everything was fine and stuff like that, and it works, perfectly fine, Yeah, I would love to get more Nintendo Switch games, but I'm probably gonna have to save up my money a bit because the Nintendo Switch games at my McKay's location, yeah, a lot of these first party like Nintendo Switch games, yeah, a lot of them can actually be pretty expensive. And I'm just like, wow, why are these first party Nintendo Switch, games that are like pretty much, used, but they're like kind of new, but are so expensive? Like, why? But I got this. They did have some cheap games like Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle for $16.95, which I didn't buy, unfortunately, because it's like a strategy game and stuff like that. But I don't know if I want to try that out, but hey, at least I got this. And that is my game update for July 12, 2026. New system to add to my collection and a new game to go along with it. So, yeah, let me know down below in the comments if you have one of these, or if you don't have one of these but you're thinking about getting one like pretty much soon, because I'm pretty much like 9 years late into the party, which is pretty rough, but it is what it is. So hope you all enjoy it. Please make sure you like this video, and again, comment down below if you have one of these, and let me know what your thoughts on them and stuff like that. And be sure to subscribe, please, because I'm trying to gain more subscribers and stuff like that. Just I would appreciate if you do that. And I will see you guys on my next video. Peace.